Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I know you haven't heard from me for quite a while. I've been really busy with work and college ending and that kind of thing. So I haven't really had too much time to work on projects. I've been building the same blaster for a really long time, and then I was working on these aluminum tanks for a little while. I know you may have saw that. But basically, the blaster that I'm working on, I've just reached a point that's annoying and frustrating with like tweaking it and getting it to work. So like all the fun machining stuff is over, and it's just kind of the grueling trial and error of just getting this thing to work, which I really don't enjoy. So I've been kind of dragging my feet on it, and I'll show you a few of those parts like that I find cool after this. But right now I just got I don't even know what this is called. Oh, it's a SledegeFire. I don't really play with guns like this at all. This is a commission. It's for a local nerfer. So yeah, I basically just made some replacement parts. These are the two pieces that are responsible for priming in the blaster. They're just plastic. And I made some steel ones. So I didn't make it out of a solid billet. It's the profile's cut out of flat plate, and then the round feature, which is like the hard feature to mill, like on a manual mill, CNC, whatever. But on a manual mill, that's just like it's way too much setup. So I did it this way, and it's just a 632 bolt all the way through with threaded spacers, and then that's got some Loctite in there. And then I chuck one end of this in the lathe, and then this spins in the lathe, and then I machine this section so the head of the bolt is machined to the right diameter, and then you flip it over and do that again, so then both are concentric with each other, and that's just how I did that. And then this piece as well I did, and I left quite a few features out because they're not needed. Like this piece here, I fired the blaster so many times, it doesn't seem to be needed. It's just to return this piece so it doesn't get hit by the spring. But this is steel, so I don't think it'll be matter if it gets hit. And if it's a problem for the user, I would suggest just putting a spring in there or something, because like that's a really thin piece of machine, and I think I would just blow it out on a manual mill. And then this feature I should have left out too, but I put it in. It's unnecessary. This feature here is unnecessary. A lot of it's unnecessary. Like if I ever did these again, it would just be a straight bar. Like everything here, just know this would be one flat plane. And then I did the round section the same way as the other one. It's just exactly the same. And then on the inside, I thought that the steel would potentially eat the plastic, because it just rides on this little plastic nub that a screw is through. So I thought, oh man, that'll probably just chew that up. So I drilled the hole oversize, and then pressed a piece of, it's a press fit, but I put some super glue in there too. There's like a ring for super glue, and it's Delrin. There's a Delrin sleeve. And that was pressed in as a solid piece, because this is way too thin to press. So it's pressed in as a solid piece and super glued. That's how I have the groove in there for super glue, and it's a press fit, like I said. And then it was remachined and reamed to fit this. So there's a really thin, like the bushing's probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 thousandths of an inch. But it's just enough. So it's plastic on plastic, and it's that oil self-lubricating Delrin, so it's real nice, like feeling and slippery. So yeah, I'll put the parts in the blaster and put it together, and then we'll take a few shots. So yeah, that's how they fit. I'm gonna just kind of prime it. Oops. Just so you can see them kind of in action. So this kind of goes like that, and then pushes the lever. And then that pushes the spring back. So I'll put that together off camera, but before I do that, I'll just show you some of the parts from my new blaster. So here's the dart gate, and it's 3 pieces: barrel, actual dart gate, and then the block that mounts to the blaster. And it's all aluminum, and it's all made on a manual mill and a manual lathe. No O-rings for the seal. It's like a Explorer style seal, but it actually seals really well. It's kind of like how they do their seals on their custom blasters, and they're like Gen 2 or something, whatever, pusher. So it's a taper seal, which is my favorite style of seal. It's so smooth to load. The feeding's fantastic. And I just think it's cool. No O-rings. The O-ring's like kind of sticky, and I don't like the feel. It works great, the O-ring, but I prefer the taper. So yeah, it's gonna be like that, and it's basically just a copy of my X Eliminator breech, and there'll be a rod in here that will extend all the way out, and then it'll be riding in the pusher, so the pusher will always, you know, be going the right direction, and then they'll have the bar will be up there so the darts don't go too high, and it basically just replaces the dart finger. And Explorer was the first person to do that in my experience. I think maybe someone on Nerf Haven did it too. Actually, UN13, I think, of all people, he may have done it as well. He may have done it first. But I did it on this, and I think JetX is doing it on their Longshot kit as well, and I think it's a great way to do things, personally. So yeah, there's the pusher, and that was manually machined as well, lathe and mill work, and then, you know, same with this. And I really like it. It was really fun to make. And then I'll show you the arms for the pump. So a pump grip is going to be, let me get the pump grip actually. Okay, I got the plunger rod too. It's not, like the back isn't done, but the front is done. And this will be way shorter. It's going to be like as short as possible, the plunger rod. I really like that style, like on the Caliburn, and kind of Explorer does as well. And then they do this like long cup to stabilize it, so I thought that was really cool. Aluminum's a little bit heavy, but whatever, it's going to have a decent sized spring, so I don't care. And then here's the pump, and it's just basically a copy of like a Gavin Fuzzy grip or like an Explorer grip. It's very similar, and this is like my design in SolidWorks. A little bit blockish and squarish, but I don't mind. I kind of like that look on blasters, and it will go with what I'm doing because it's very blocky and squarish. It's all made out of like plate steel and stuff, or plate aluminum. So anyways, that's the grip, and so there'll be a block, a riser block here, and then these will be bolted onto the block, and that will be my pump, and these will ride here. Oh, if I can get it orientated right. So this will be riding here like this, and then that will be on like that, and that'll all be connected, and then when you prime, you know, it's like a reverse bolt sled kind of deal, so this would come, you know, and so on. I have the frame done too, but I don't want to show you too much in this video, just because it'll kind of, you know, give away the whole look of the blaster. This is threaded for length adjustment and whatnot. Yeah, that's all I'm going to show you for this. Hopefully I finish this damn thing soon. I've lost motivation. All I have to do is make the trigger. That's it. All I have to do is make the trigger, finish this, assemble it, and make a catch because I broke the catch. And I just can't get motivated to make this trigger. It's so annoying. I keep, like, I make it, it's a little, just a touch too long, and then, you know, I'll trim it down, and then I'll take just slightly too much because I'm frustrated, and then it's too short and I have to make a new one, and it's just, oh my god. But anyways, we'll get this put together, fire it once or twice, and then that'll be it. Okay, I got it put back together now. Excuse the mess, I was tearing the shop apart looking for the nut for this. The original screw port has been filled with an aluminum bushing, and then a 632 bolt goes through the stress point. Because, you know, now that even though we have metal internals, the kind of defining factor now is this point. You know, you could potentially break that with a really heavy spring. So I did that just to help. They didn't ask me to do that, but I just thought of it, so I thought, hey, whatever, I will do that. So now it should be fairly strong, but now it's like, since it's all plastic, it's almost like now it's on to the next weak point, whatever that is. Like, my parts are good. This is probably pretty good. But now what else is the weak point? There's always going to be something with guns like this. But yeah, anyways, fires. And it's just a stock spring, so I'm not even going to show you it shooting because it shoots like a stock blaster. But there it is. Works good. Looks kind of cool. And I'll try and get that blaster finished, the other one I just showed you. And hopefully we will talk again soon. Thanks for stopping by.